Hello YouTube, it's me, Plazukas, and we haven't done a video like this in a very long time. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, whatever it's been. But today we need to reestablish a principled position. People on YouTube and Twitch, social media, are misbehaving constantly. They're saying things that they cannot back up. They're being overly aggressive or trying to threaten somebody by silencing them, when in reality, they're just doing that to try to save them from potentially having to deal with the issue that probably needed to be dealt with in a very long time. And I'm not here suggesting that that is an easy thing to live with or to deal with. Even if you, let's say, are a better person and you've overcome all your obstacles and now you are actually helping people, unfortunately, you don't get to erase your history, your things, your transgressions. They follow you. Um, and listen, that's something we can probably debate as to whether they should. Obviously, Dr. Disrespect is back online now, and we'll see how that plays out. But should he have to answer for all his past transgressions? Probably. Will he? Maybe not, because they're not illegal, or not illegal compared to someone like Dr. Disrespect, who's wealthy. Maybe somebody else would go to jail for doing the same exact thing, or be um, coined a whatever, or killed on the on the side of the street because he is talking to somebody underage, a minor potentially, presumably, speculatively. But that's not the reality that we live in. We live in where people are unfortunately given some extra time or whatever else, right? And that's and you could be that person too. You could be the person who has been gifted a second chance. And if you are, then you know what? Hopefully you do the right thing with it. And maybe your history does not come back to haunt you, or maybe it does. And I'm not saying that this is relation to Tectone in this particular video that I'm going to talk about, but here he is, and apparently there's some drama going on in the back end. And I did find it strange that there was one tweet that I responded to about a week ago when I said on, because he was going live on OTK, and he said basically tomorrow, whatever it was, and this was a week or 2 days ago, and I said basically I'll see you then. And I think 2 or 3 days later, because I check it every now and then, his Twitter, just to see what's going on, and it was gone. And it didn't seem like it was overly like ambiguous or like his normal tweets, which basically have all these very scantily, basically nude women on his feed. But anyway, it was gone, and my actual message was gone, and I didn't understand why. But apparently, there's been some drama going on, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it stems from his roommate, the one that didn't get into OTK. He didn't use the golden buzzer on, as far as I know, unless that changed from 2 days ago, which I have not watched the second week of the week three or the chapter three stuff yet. I have to still do that. So whether or not something new transpired or Lol Schrenner is still in there, who knows what's happening exactly. But at the end of the day, here we are. So let's just dig in here and see what Tectone is saying.
And then one of that posse decides to go to the dark side because they're too fucking dumb to realize how good they had it with the main group. Does anybody know it? It's kind of like when Vegeta got controlled by Babidi. You know how like Vegeta got like Babidi and then got the Majin mark on their fucking forehead because they were easily manipulable? And so Babidi got in their fucking brain and then Vegeta just blew themselves up. That was a great arc, man. That was a great arc. You know what I'm saying? A
No,
great
I
arc.
don't. I every
If you're talking
time
about
anybody
Doctor Disrespect, he's
uses these analogies for anime shows or for Godzilla or whatever else, I don't get it.
full of shit. Yeah, man. I'm talking about Doctor Disrespect. Yep. Uh-huh. That's what we're all talking about. Great. Well, anyways, hopefully that puts that shit to rest. People who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, it's fine. It's all good. I'm not the person who keeps saying shit like, oh man, I'm going to keep talking about it. Why are you talking about it? I'm going to keep talking about it. And I'm letting you guys know, for all you guys who know what I'm talking about, just know that person is going to keep fucking talking about it till the end of fucking time. So we'll probably be going over this about 80.
So implying that whoever the drama is with, which I do not know if it's his family, a friend, or some other person, although insinuates that it's possibly somebody that he knows. Apparently, it's not going to end. That it's going to keep on going back and forth. So let's continue.
8,000 more fucking times. And it's going to be weird as shit. And I'm not going to lie, it's going to.
That's weird. That's weird that he's saying it's weird as shit already off the top. Because if it's so weird that it's defamatory or slanderous, he can sue. If he thinks it's going to be a repeated behavior and it's something that he thinks is false, just like Dr. Disrespect, he can sue that individual. He's a public-facing person. He has multiple businesses. Slander and defamation affects someone like Tectone if what somebody's saying is not true or is been done in a way that is malicious or overly targeted.
Keep being weird as shit. Okay? It's going to keep being weird as shit. It's going to keep being weird as shit.
Keeps on repeating it. This is a common tactic that Tectone uses.
There's going to be tweets, they're going to be deleted. There's going to be tweets, they're going to be deleted.
This is what I was implying because I had seen some of the tweets were deleted. And apparently it's people messaging or this person or this entity making these messages on his Twitter that imply something. And some people know and some people don't.
There's going to be tweets, they're going to be deleted. And it's just going to be over and over and over and over and over again. And guys, I'm going to let you guys know this. Here's the plot twist, guys. Here's the plot twist. I've done nothing wrong at all.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. And that's it. So, if anybody asks, did Techie do anything weird? Did he do this thing? Did he do that thing? No.
I mean, I although, listen, you say that and I'll take you at your word. But at the same time, you're an internet personality. And I've already said this from day one. You cannot trust anybody online. And I know Tectone gets offended by that because he doesn't want to be included in all these other content creators. But in reality, he is a content creator. This is his profession. And up until recently, and I haven't watched much of his VODs, he was a pretty outspoken drama starting person. And yeah, that basically incentivized the culture, the behavior that surrounded his channel, unfortunately.
And the answer is no.
Is it though?
Yep. And you know what's great? I even have proof that no.
I want to see this proof. I really do. I think in general you just want to see proof as a rule. And I think this is like not a good way to structure your argument because there are some things you're not going to be able to prove that could be laid upon you, and you don't want to always say that you can just provide proof to everything when in reality you cannot. So sometimes legal action is better. Just take it and then hope for the best. You have the means to. Obviously, it financially would put you in a bind because these things do cost a lot of money and there's no guarantee that you're going to win. There's a lot of things that could happen because of it as a result of it. But if your whole premise is that you're just going to provide proof, there are some things you cannot provide proof to and people can accuse you of. And that's the unfortunate aspect of this.
I've never done something wrong. I've never did something wrong.
Here is the caveat to that, though. The things that you cannot prove probably wouldn't stand up in court anyway, so you never have to actually admit to those. And that is what it is.
You can make it seem like it, but it's not the truth. And all I have to do is wait for my response. And that's...
Well, yeah, that's kind of convenient for you, right? And this is again, this is how you talk to your audience to ensure that they have this perception to never think you're wrong, to never think you've done anything bad. And this is what I've talked about in the past. Like, why are you establishing a thought process for your audience? Just let them think the way they're going to think naturally. You know, that's the problem with this whole entire ecosystem is trying to manipulate people's thoughts with brands or views or stuff like that. Just present the evidence and let people discern it, naturally. Any other tactic suggests a lot, in my opinion. And it's fine. Like, do it. You have the right to. But at the same time, like, you should be called out for it as well.
That's it. I mean, these people, there's people that are out of fucking control right now. And aren't I so kind by not even saying their name? Because I am trying so fucking hard to keep things fucking cordial, but holy shit.
Yep.
Holy shit, I am trying so hard to keep it cordial. I am trying so hard not even to bring up their fucking name.
Right.
Like, I had that shit removed from my fucking chat every fucking day. Tweet, 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 tweet. Oh, delete, delete, delete. Tweet, 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 delete, delete, delete.
So there's something happening on his Twitter. Let me just go to his Twitter right now and see if I can find anything while he continues to talk.
Like, oh my God, just fuck off. Jesus, it's insane.
I might have been banned.
And the worst thing is I'm trying to protect this fucking person, but they keep fucking yapping.
Interesting.
And then this person knows my fucking dad has cancer. Like, just fuck off.
Okay, so this is a part that I have not actually known until recently. There was this 37 minutes ago. I don't fuck with you, little stupid ass bitch. Saying I love Dokken. I don't know if this is an artificial drama or if this is actually a real. Ain't taking any of y'all seriously. You ever just lie to protect someone, but they make it so hard? There's a lot going on in his Twitter, that's for sure. A lot of recent posts. Yeah, obviously talks about his father here, which is sad. Having experienced many family members who have unfortunately passed from cancer. Yeah, it's a very difficult thing. And I'm not even saying that he could take the time off, but he probably should. Depending on the prognosis or the diagnosis of it all, it's a very difficult thing.
Like, I have so much shit to process. I got so much shit to deal with, and the only thing you got to deal with is that you fucked up. Holy shit, it's insane. And I've done such a good job of not saying any of the wrongdoings this person's done, and I don't plan to unless my hand is forced. But the problem is, I worry about this person so much that if they become aware of their own actions, that they might hurt themselves.
This is the problem I have. This is why I'm making the video. Here's how you could look at this. Obviously, you can look at it as though you have a friend, a family member, who is potentially on the verge of something catastrophic, and you are trying to do everything you can to prevent that. And I can relate in some aspects, obviously. I'm not here suggesting that is not that's not a reality. But if you're just saying that, it can be perceived as an excuse. You're saying that you're not calling somebody out because you don't want to put them over the edge. Because ultimately, if you lie, and what you're lying about is something that they said which is truthful, then yes, that will put them over the edge because now you're using your platform to to discredit them, which could then just spiral them out of control because they're already traumatized to begin with, apparently, supposedly, potentially. And let's just say, what they are saying is not true. You are in an impossible position none of that should be taken online. That should be dealt with privately. And I know this is not happening privately. This is happening over tweets, I guess, or something like that. Shut down your Twitter. You know, there are things you can do. You know, take a break from online. All these things, and you shouldn't have to do that for everything. But apparently, this person is a prominent individual. And if that's the case, and it's somebody that's close to you, then yeah, maybe you should take the opportunity to say, okay, I'm done for now. Let me deal with this privately. Let me try to reduce my public figure. And although you wouldn't do that for everybody, this is a rare occasion because it is somebody that's very close to you. I don't know what the answer is, but just using the excuse that somebody's going to do something like that and you're going to use it more than once, I think it is convenient. I really do think it's convenient. I mean, even in the worst case scenario where it's not convenient and it actually is legitimate, I think the way you're dealing with this already is kind of bad. And maybe you need to look at that as well. But that's just my opinion, obviously. And what does that matter? It doesn't.
And that shit makes me fucking depressed.
Yeah, that's very depressing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here denying that. Cancer, you know, people that have tendencies like that, extremely depressing stuff. No doubt.
So anyways, it's just been so great. It's been so great. And I am trying so, and I hear somebody, oh, this person's so great. I am trying so hard now. I'm holding back so hard.
I don't know who this is. And when I find out, I guess I'll make a follow-up video. I'm not going to imply and suggest that I know, other than just, you know, saying what I said in the beginning. But yeah.
But I'm letting you guys know, and I'm just going to be real.
Go ahead.
Okay? And you can mark my words of this. You can mark my words of this.
Mm-hmm.
If this continues, and I know this person's watching, if this continues, I'm not going to hold back ananymore. Okay? I cannot be cordial anymore because you're making me lose sleep. And I need to sleep for Camp Canoe. Okay? Last time. Okay? Because I can't do this shit where I protect the people that fuck me over constantly. The amount of people that have fucked me over in my life, and out of respect to their own mental health, I've held my fucking tongue. Because all these people who fuck with me, I'm worried they're going to hurt themselves. It's no longer my responsibility. I mean this genuinely. From this point forward, if anyone fucks with me, I am no longer lying to protect people.
Okay. It's interesting. The implications is if that I were to make a video about you, Tectone, that you would potentially not lie about me. You don't even know me. But regardless, I know it's not about me. But like, what does that even mean? Like, what kind of threat is that? It seems like an empty threat. It really does. Again, you're a public facing figure. Do you want this information to come out publicly? Of course not. You want to deal with it privately. Dr. Disrespect wanted to deal with this privately too. He said all these confidentiality things should not have been broken, and Cody Connors did. He wanted it to all be done professionally and under the guise of confidentiality. Because he knew how bad it would look. I'm not saying that this applies to you as well, but there is that possibility as well. And if that's the case, then I would basically double down and try to find a way to do this privately, if you can, which you may not be able to.
I'm just not going to do that. There's no more warnings from this point forward. There is no more.
Apparently, it's gotten so bad, and I have not been aware of it. I don't follow Tectone to the degree that I could find this out. Yeah, there's definitely some fear. So who knows how serious this is?
Okay, there's no more. Because I've done it for too long, and it's fucked my reputation for years.
Right.
The amount of people that have fucked me, that I have in turn protected
Right. I don't know what you're talking about now. This is so weird.
and kept their darkest fucking secrets.
See, this is okay. So let me ask you a question. And I know that this happens because I've had to confide in people throughout my life of trauma and stuff that I faced, and I'm sure they've kept it. You know, for the most part. Obviously, they might tell their husbands or their closest um, partners or whatever else, and that's understandable. A lot of people do that. That's just normal. And so I'm not suggesting that this is abnormal behavior to have some secrets, right? But at the same time, like, what are you protecting? And you're still friends with these people? And are you using that as leverage against them whenever you have an opportunity to take advantage of it? As I suggest that your personality could imply. I'm not saying that that is the case, but your actions have proven that a lot of times you will use some things for your benefit. I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't know why you would do that.
Out of respect, because I don't want any responsibility for them hurting themselves. I've made my intention.
Again, and a lot of times, and a lot of his chats deal with this tendencies, and that's scary to me. And I don't know if this is like isolated to Tectone as a 30-year-old or if it's generational. I have no idea, but there's a lot of this talk, and it's kind of scary.
It's very clear. Okay? I'm not going to hold back anymore. So fuck off, or I am going to say what I need to say. And I'm going to say this very clear.
Yep.
I have never done anything that is cancelable.
I don't.
Weirdest shit I've done? Okay, let's think. Probably play Genshin Impact as Eula and then had an image and video of Eula playing at the same time while they're getting fucked. That way I can jerk off and have double immersion.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I could have possibly predicted that that's something you would do based on your Twitter feed, but at the same time, like, to say you've done nothing cancelable, to say you've done nothing wrong, we've all made mistakes. And I'm not going to imply that you've made a mistake that is cancelable, but everything is cancelable. And that's not me trying to like make this like double entendre statement and be cryptic or anything like that. No, of course not. You know, Tectone might be a really good upstand. I don't know his name, Johnny, whatever his name is. He may be a great upstanding person throughout his life, and he's been a victim, and he's been basically used and abused, and he's sick of it. That is a possibility. And if that's the case, I do sympathize. And it's impossible to deal with what he's going to have to deal with if not. You know, if he is that person, it's going to be impossible to deal with it because, you know, it does take a certain level of evilness, I guess, to combat a lot of this stuff. And you wouldn't be able to even do it then. But if you are truly innocent and you are just a victim, yeah, that's difficult. Do I believe that he's purely a victim? No. Obviously not. His past behavior suggested he's become the aggressor as well. And that's a byproduct of his trauma, I'm sure. I can't, definitively say that, but based on my own, experiences, my own understanding of psychology and stuff like that, yeah, it's pretty observational, in my opinion.
Okay? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just too much, man. This shit is too much. Straight up. Like, it's just so ridiculous. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It's like every fucking day, all these motherfuckers can't keep my name out their mouth, and I do them a service of never even mentioning their fucking name to not exacerbate the fucking issue. But I swear to God, one of my closest friends coming out trying to go after my career.
Okay, so this is closest friends. Is this the person in OTK? Is this Leroux who didn't get into OTK if this is the reason. I think Tectone did a disservice to LaRoe when he didn't use the golden buzzer on him when I watched the tail end of that chapter 1, whatever, chapter 3, season 1, episode 1. I think it's a disservice when he came out and said that he basically that's his closest friend, and then he didn't even use his nepotism, which he did for Zizix Prime, which he's done for Lil Schrinner, which he's done, countless times. Why start now? And I don't even know who this person is. Probably isn't him. Probably somebody else. Maybe it's Soda Poppin'. Maybe it's Nick. Maybe it's Asmingle. I don't fucking know who this is. I don't know.
Over some dumb shit because they're jealous? Good God.
Well, that's a common, you saying they're jealous is a reason why someone in your position would say that. But in reality, they could actually have a point.
It's pathetic. Making my private relationships public against my knowing? Like, it's so weird. And Chad, I'm going to say this one more time, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can see me fucking a chick. You can see me marrying a chick. You can see me dating a chick. You can see me delivering my child out of a woman's vagina. I don't do public relationships, and I'm single forever. I don't give a fuck. That shit is weird. That shit is not anybody's business but my fucking selves. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, the chat wants, or Twitter wants to give me all this shit because, oh man, bro got divorced. Bitch, do you know how easy it is to get a girlfriend? Do you know how easy it is to fuck? It's easy as shit. Now, I know you might not get that, but it's easy as shit.
I will say this, yeah, I agree. What you do, that's all private. As long as it's not done in a malicious, illegal way, right? Outside of all those instances, then yeah, if you're dating somebody that's above the age of 18 and there's no grooming, there's no other manipulative aspects to that relationship, it's not abusive, sure, it should not be public. Do you? This is America, and people get to choose all the time, and you could be upset about that. You can disagree with that all you want. It doesn't matter. Leonardo DiCaprio dates only people that are 25 and below. You can hate that all day long. It is not illegal. Is it right? Morally, ethically? Well, that's debatable, To some it is. To others it isn't. And that's the country we live in. You can try to change the laws. You can make a case for it. But at the same time, that is our reality, right? So that's what we're dealing with. I don't know what was exposed here. I'd have to look into it to see if I believe that any of the stuff that was leaked is relevant or not. But yeah, you can date anybody. The age of Tinder and social media, and if you're a Twitch streamer who uses sometimes their platform to elicit sex, which has been implied in Tectone's channel, you increase your chances substantially because of the parasocial relationship of how this actually works. Anybody can do that. I could leverage if I had any clout or, publicity to do that as well. And that's been done in this ecosystem in the past, and it's being done currently right now as well. If people think they can get away with it, they will utilize every avenue in order to basically live out their fantasies, live out their urges, or whatever else is going on in their life. That is a reality that we live in. Deny, reject it all you want. That's the reality.
But I ain't going to talk about the shit that I do. Because it's none of y'all's business. It's nobody's business. It's dumb as shit. They think that shit fucks with me? Hell no. Jesus, these people are so fucking pathetic. Now, anyways, I am doing everyone a service. I am going to move on. I am going to not mention it again.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch my VOD, because I know you're going to watch my VOD.
Yep.
No, just don't say my fucking name again.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to talk in person.
I'll talk in person
which
with you,
I'm very
Tectone.
open to.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm very open to doing that because I want to keep my.
I think this suggests that it is somebody that is in Texas, somebody that he's known for a while. It's a close friend, he said. So, yeah.
My private life, fucking private.
I will say this: Leroy would know who he is dating privately.
Jesus, but like I can't deal with this schizo posting shit as long as you've schizo posted other people. And the worst thing is, you swore you would never do this shit to me. Because I even told you when we started this shit that I'm horrified of another person who I tried to take care of trying to fuck me again.
I mean, I will admit, this obviously sounds like Leroy. I'm not gonna lie. Or it's that other person, the one he ended the relationship with and moved out of the house with. I can't remember her name, but it might be her as well. And that would be surprising because she basically leveraged their relationship and defended Tectone a lot. And for her to come out now would be, and the fact that you even have to make this like declaration, this statement, but I'm not sure how it is when you're a millionaire. So maybe this is just normal course of action when you're dealing with friends and stuff and bringing people in. Like you have to tell them that, like, don't ever do anything that would potentially hurt me. And to be honest, they shouldn't. But if you are not generally a good person and you're using them, you kind of open up the opportunity. And that's not to say that, you know, there's not people who are just malicious and vindictive and jealous. There are. And this could be that case. But there's also opportunities where you just continuously abuse them, treat them wrong, and they're like, fuck it. You know what? It's probably not smart that I do this. It's not right that I do this, but I'm just going to say some things just to make myself feel better for the second, and then I'll regret it because that's not the kind of person I am. You don't get to dictate that, unfortunately. And I would say that you probably should live an isolated life if you feel that way. But that's no life to live. It sucks. Life sucks, man.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The people who I help the most always fuck me over.
That's true.
It's insane.
It happens a lot.
It's literally insane.
It does.
And you know what's crazy? And you see the people in my chat, and you see them asking who, and guess what? I'm still not going to fucking say it.
Can we imply,
because
though?
At least I have some fucking courtesy.
I don't know if it's actually a good thing for you not to say it, because at the same time, me speculating is kind of worse.
Motherfucker. And I'll still forgive you.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure you will forgive that person. And you would do so if it's difficult.
That's what's crazy.
Well, yeah, it kind of is crazy. And I would say you're probably your own worst enemy in that case.
And that's my problem, is that I'm too good of a fucking guy.
One could say that. Or you use your relationships as
because you
leverage.
know what I could say. And I'm not going to. Just like the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Where I made a post publicly apologizing for some shit that I should have never apologized for.
Let's see that.
And now it's the most downvoted comment in LSF history that I did for another person on their behalf because I'm worried about their mental health. But when these people don't give a fuck about mine, then fuck them. And I got proof of that too. Took some accountability for some bullshit that you know I shouldn't have. One day I'll crash out and I'll just post receipts of everything. Because here's the thing, guys. I don't do he said, she said. I keep receipts of fucking everything.
Wait, whoa.
Fucking insane.
I'm just going through his Twitter feed. I am going to TwitchCon and not leave until I meet every member of my community. I've got multiple meet and greets, so just check where I'm at. Oh, boy. TwitchCon.
But for real, and Jen, I'm saying this just important. If there's any more, you can let them know I'm coming. You can let them know hey, Tectone is going to speak. You can let them know I'm coming. But from this point forward, I'm done with this shit, man. I'm legit done with this.
When is
Once
TwitchCon?
once again, I am not sad. I have every reason to be sad. I have every reason to be frustrated. My life is so fucking difficult, and once again, I realize that people who actually try to help people behind the scenes are the biggest bitches, and they get fucked the most. And right now,
I just want to let you guys know, how old do you have to be to go to TwitchCon 2024? Over 13. Are there any restrictions to attend TwitchCon San Diego 2024? You must be over 13 to purchase a TwitchCon San Diego ticket. A person under 18 is considered a minor and must be accompanied by their parent or an adult authorized by the parent to attend TwitchCon. That's good. I'm glad they have at least that, but it doesn't really. There's some weird adults that will help. It's all fucking weird, in my opinion. You shouldn't be doing this. TwitchCon should be these meet and greets, these conventions should be. I don't know what to say. They should either be banned or they should be, and it doesn't. They should be isolated to people over the age of 18. I hate to say that, but people that are under the age of 18 with social media being as impressionable as it is have no business being in these places. Now that we know that, we've had Dr. Disrespect talk to a minor, we've had all these other personalities, Ava Chris Tyson, the list goes on and on. Yeah, it just sets a standard, man. It's not good.
I'm the bitch. Again, I'm the bitch because I'm trying to help somebody that clearly will not let me help them. It's fucking insane. It's actually fucking toxic. Thank you for the subs. Thank you.
Thank you, Toxic,
It's
for the
fucking
10
insane.
get Twitch subs.
But guys,
it's happening. It happened yesterday.
Everybody to listen here real quick. Can everybody listen? Tech, honest question. Why don't you release everything? They've been shitting on you for years. Don't release the info. Release info and live your life. Don't let them fuck you over. Finish it and show the receipts. I hope you recover from all this shit in your life right now. You want to know why?
Yeah, why? I want to know why. Go ahead.
Because I am so horrified of these people hurting themselves because they can't.
This is the worst excuse ever, Tectone. If it were true, maybe I'd understand it to the degree that I think it, it could weigh on your conscience. It's not your responsibility, by the way. It's the unfortunate aspect of life, and yes, it is something to be taken serious. But at the same time, you can deal with that if you think that is an actual legitimate concern. And that's not a perfect situation either, trust me. State hospitals, stuff like that, having a brother, not to get personal because I'm not going to get into this, having dealt with this, it's unimaginable. It really is. But it's not an excuse.
Can't live with the guilt of their own actions and them hurting themselves. And I don't want that on my.
This could just be used as an excuse not to, because you don't have the evidence, because you don't have this stuff. And this is the problem with always trying to say that you have the evidence when in reality you don't. Dr. Disrespect said he has the evidence, says he has more stuff to come out. Maybe he does. Maybe Tectone does. The chances are they don't, and they're just trying to cover and wait for this stuff to die down.
Conscience. Maybe the issue is that I worry too much and I help the wrong people, but that's my worry. I could. But real quick, I'm going to say this one. That's not on you though. Yeah, but I bet you the internet will say it's my fault.
Well, yeah, public perception will definitely be bad, and this is the internet, and that's unfortunate.
And I'm good. So let's just all listen here real quick. Let's just all listen real quick.
Okay.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Okay? I help people, and then they fuck me over.
Yeah.
That's how it's been for, how old am I? 30 fucking years.
30 years.
It feels like a fucking curse at this point. I should go out and get the fucking berserk tattoo on my fucking neck, because clearly I'm fucked for life.
Another anime reference that I do not get. And I think this is where it ends, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if this individual or individuals or people or groups continue to post these things. I will try to monitor it a little bit better, see if I can find any additional information. If so, I'll do a follow-up video at some point, maybe not today. Pretty busy. But that's the latest update on the Tectone multiversal saga drama. Stay tuned. My name is Bazookas. If you like this content, bye for now.